So, first of all, the world is not doing great. So, we are going away from globalization, as you may have noticed. Uh, yeah, there are tariff wars, there are like trade blocks forming. So, a lot of things are happening, and we haven't seen it. Our generation haven't seen it. Not even our parents' generation have seen this. Okay, maybe our grandparents or their parents have seen it, but none before. Okay, not none after. Sorry. So the question is like our country is here for like more than 70 years now, almost 80 years. Okay, and I have a few questions as a young person and as a citizen of my country, that is India. I'm just putting forward these questions to the Indian people. I don't know who will be seeing this video, and I don't care. Okay, the first question is like for like past 70 years, yeah, we were agriculture based nation, right? So yeah, I understood and understand like yeah, initially we had a lot of problems. We emerged from those problems, and yeah, we hope to have a good future. But are we are we going to have it? Because I don't see the patterns. I'm coming from over there. Okay. So the first thing is like our investment on education as part of GDP is 4.6%. Okay. And don't get me wrong, I know there is like a lot of things we need to do. And yeah, it might not have been so that education was an important part. Okay, so hence our like investment in education was less, but things are changing, right? So we need to change with it. Why is it so it's still not improving? It has been so much time. So oh, like why till now like it's merely 4.6%. What is 4.6%? Where is our money going? We all are paying taxes, right? I know there are a lot of things are happening. I'm not saying nothing is happening, but I'll come to that. I have questions about that. But yeah, so okay. The second thing is regarding research and development. So again, this is in relation with the education. Uh, don't I'm not like putting both like the primary education and the R&D at the same time. India lacks among all the other neighboring for Western, obviously Western countries and the neighboring countries, China, you take China, Korea, and a lot of other places, it lags behind in R&D department. People don't want to research. Okay, that's one what government says, and what people say, researchers say, like the facilities which government provide is not adequate, and whatever is coming in from in the Western or like the any of the other or foreign developed nations is much more better. So why is that so? Why is that so? Why are we still lagging behind in R&D development in this present and circumstances? The politics will be going. Okay, so see, I know it's a democracy and there will be politics which is always happening. I'm not asking like to be a magician and create something out of it, right? That's not sensible. Okay, but where are we? Like, I just looked in the PIB which was available. Just sorry, I didn't go through in depth, but uh, as I see, it's 0.6% and 0.66% for 19, 20, and 21. I don't know where is the data of the next few years. There was a rough figure which was given, and for 2025, which I tried to put onto the percentage, and it came around 0.075 7%. Must be so. I've done something wrong. So but yeah, still, I don't know what, where they are investing the money in R&D, or even they are investing money in the R&D. Because like, see, at the end of the day, you can do two things, right? You can copy things from other countries, which I don't think is unnecessary. It's necessary, honestly. You need to start over there, but at the end of the day, you need to invest more and do more and retain more talents in case of R&D. Why are we still not are doing so? Why are we allowing other countries to take away? And don't get me wrong, right now, US is carving down on the entire R&D sector which they are having. What is Indian government's like like protocols, or like what they are doing for those talents who are going to be like kicked out of US now? Okay, is there any plan? Are we even thinking about it, or are we thinking that those talents are gonna go to some other nations and we are facilitating that? I think government is doing that. Okay, we have a deal signed with UK, and European nation might follow. So people might move from US to UK and US. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so from Indian perspective, that's shameful. That's pure shameful. Nothing else. So this is a question. What are you guys doing? Okay, you can just answer me in the comments. I'm open to all the questions. Okay, sorry, not the questions, open to all the answers. Okay. Okay, the next thing is like, okay, uh, we are a pure democracy, and we have a lot of bureaucratic systems going on, and I know there have been a lot of problems with the bureaucratic system. But like, yeah, so but till date, like, the government jobs are considered as like the best jobs out there in the market because of its security. Okay, first of all, why does the government jobs need to be that secure? Okay, I understand certain level of security is required, but apart from security, it is secure in Indian sense. What people means by security, I am not going to get into the terminology and the propaganda which is around. Okay, just telling you the question about how people see it. Okay, people go for a job, government job, because no one is going to kick them out. Okay, there is no responsibility, there is no accountability as well. Responsibility might be like slightly there, but there's no accountability. So that's why people try to go there. Okay, that's the honest honest truth about government jobs. So why is that so? Why is that so? Tell me this. We have our parliaments and other state legislative assemblies, and like, yeah, like the state houses and various government houses. So why are they not emergency services? Why are they not operating 24 by 7? We are 1.4 billion people. That way is going to create more jobs as well, right? More government jobs. Okay, more stable government jobs. But it is already, all of our systems are stressed. So why not do that? I'm not telling like this you need to make the same person and work for 24 hours. I'm saying do it like a factory. How you do in a factory, do it like that. More digitize those systems. Okay, and I don't know how the whole digitalization thing. I'm from an engineering background, and I think it's a big mess internally for the government side. Yeah, yeah. I am not in the urging. It's an opinion only, but I don't know what is the on ground, what is happening. I don't know, but yeah, there are glimpses of the same. Okay, so I'll quickly move on to the next question. I'll come back to that in the another part. Okay, so Okay, so the next part is more into it actually. So okay, let's go by different sections. Okay, so tell me something about. I'll go for first with the engineering side. Okay, since I'm from engineering side, so amongst the engineering, one of the biggest thing is like the defense sector. Okay, I have a lot of questions. What are we actually making in India in case of defense? Yeah, you'll see a lot of propaganda about making rifles and some tanks and some missile systems. Okay, I'll just keep out the missile system. They are actually doing good, so that's well appreciated. Okay, missiles and anti-missile systems. Okay, they are pretty okay, but we don't have like overwhelming majority in any of those sections. Okay, do understand that if we are having a threat like Pakistan and China both attacking us from the both side, and take the take Bangladesh is also doing the same. What are we gonna do? We don't have the capability of fighting a war in three fronts. Okay, get that straight. That's what it is. We don't have that much military power. We have the army, but that's just the army. We need to we are having army in the terms of numbers. We don't have the army in terms of like improvements, or like the future scope of army, the improvements which is required in the military. Okay, so even if you have a like large number of army, but it doesn't make sense. It becomes useless if the like the person ahead or the country ahead of us who is fighting against us, like they are having a more advanced technology. It doesn't make sense. Okay, I'll come to the air force a bit. We recently like have like from 31 we have now 29 squadrons. The MiG fighters are being decommissioned. Now we are going to buy either Rafale or something from Russia, that is Sukhoi. Now the question is, so we didn't know, right? We the whole of the defense industry, whole of the defense ministry, whole of the engineering section related to defense. We didn't know that this is going to be happening. Where is the accountability? From 31, 29 is going to be your squadron. You is going you should be knowing about it for like the past 20 years. And for the past 20 years, what shit have you done? Tell me that. That's my question. Okay, what have you been doing? Only delays, right? Okay, so Tejas was not able to be delivered because GE did not deliver the engine. Okay, very plausible. I understand. What happened to India's jet engine, that is Kaveri engine? Okay, how long is it going to take to like test Kaveri engine? That's a very genuine question, right? It has been in development from, I guess, 1980s or 1990s. Okay, it's entirety of my lifetime, and still we are not able to like, after making it we are not able to test it. What the hell, man? What the hell? So how are we different from British India and in the present time, right? They delayed things. They delayed our improvement because of their benefit, and now we are delaying our own things run by us itself because of our gross negligence. Where is the accountability? So, anyways, I'll move on to the next one. Okay, so we do have something called as like the cold start doctrine. Okay, so Indian defense sector follows this particular doctrine. This policy is centered by the government, and I completely agree with this policy. But there is a bigger question now: is it a cold start or a frozen start? So because like what are we doing there? We invest so much money in military, but pay most of it to the like to who in case of like for the soldiers which who have retired. That's our biggest contribution. Again, job security, right? Job security at the end of the day. Sometimes we need to, I understand, I'm not saying that it's not needed. Okay, get it very straight, we need that to happen. Okay, we need that job security. Okay, I'm a working professional, so obviously job security is necessary. But up to a certain point, right, you need to, like, the revenue Indian army is spending in for, like from the budget, the it is spending for, or like the pensions and other things, it could have done so by various forms of investments, right? Why? I'm not saying about defense investment also, I'm saying about investing in the stock market and other things and all. I think they must have done it, but like, it's not viable, right? Like, if you are not able to ultimately use those funds, it's of no use. And if you are doing something like Agniveer, which is, again, it still doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, you need things like pensions in case of army. Okay, so that being the case, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, what are you guys doing? It's a frozen start, I believe. But yeah, feel free to contest me. Okay, feel free to contest me. The next thing, engineering. We are talking about engineering related things. I am not going into the management side of things in case of army. Oh my god, I don't know. I have heard a few things. I heard a lot of scams which has happened, but I don't know. I can't verify those things, but a lot of people has run away with army's money. The second thing which I know about is, like, once when a general changes, or a, like, high ranking officer changes, everything, every contractor in relation to that particular division changes a lot of times. Most often that has happened. I'm not saying that it is happening because of corruption. It is happening because of the fault lines between people. Okay, and that's back goes back to the Indian society for some damn reason. I at least believe so. Okay. Okay, I won't go in more questions. I don't know how it's going to sound to a lot of people, or even if YouTube is going to block me or not. I don't know. So I'll go to just jump ahead to the next question. Now, the software. Okay, okay, we are doing pretty well in case of software, I guess, right? We are earning a lot of money. We are not doing a lot of things. We have Blinkit, we have Zomato, we have Swiggy, we have Book My Show, we have Zoho, we have Mesho. So many companies, right? So many companies. Yeah, don't get me wrong, they are doing good in their own space. They are doing very good in their own space, and they're well appreciated. They are generating a lot of revenue, they are generating a lot of jobs. But you know what, all of these companies are actually doing services, okay, which is same as what TCS does, which is same as what Wipro does, which is same as, like, what many other smaller service based companies does as well. Okay, they do contribute, I'm not neglecting their contribution, but tell me, which product came out of India, not a service related product? Tell me which product in the software division came out of India, which we can proudly talk about, which actually competes with any western side of things. uh, I'm talking about software specifically. What software product is being used at the front? Okay, at the back, might be one or two are there, might be one or two are there, but not more than that. Not more than that. They are earning revenues, but not a lot. Okay, so what innovation we are doing? Like, doing, we are contributing a lot to the Western companies. Don't get me wrong there. We are contributing. What we are doing within the country? What patent do we have? isn't it time for the software industry to see? I'll explain a bit more about it. Okay, so in case of engineering, you always start with copying, making a first make copy. Okay, so if you go back in time, uh, after Second World War, Japanese product used to be Japanese product used to be sold in US. Okay, they graded as like Japanese product, just like what we used to do with Chinese product. Okay, then Japan, then we know about Japan, what happened. Okay, so they had bullet train, they did marvels in engineering. Okay, then the same thing happened with China. Okay, Chinese product, we have done that. We were so much like cryptic about Chinese phones once upon a time, right? And now see what Chinese phones are doing. Okay, and there are so many other engineering divisions where the same thing has happened, and the same goes for software as well. But where is India in the whole picture? Where is India in the whole picture? We for software, at least for software, we had the first hand copy available. Okay, in using the services industry. But isn't it already time for us to create some new products? What the hell are we doing, guys? We are having some high paying jobs in some other Western companies, and then like we are aspiring to go to US, UK, and other thing. I'll just give you a fact check, okay, and like a ding dong for you, okay. So all of those countries, US have already started, okay. They have started like doing things on immigration, and Trump is a populist leader, similar to our country as well, and he, I think, is like helping out the other populist governments as well. But I'm not sure whether it is the case or not. But yeah, anyways, it might be that it's unverified, so I don't know. But at the end of the day, there are large scale protests going on against immigration in multiple European and Western, European as Australia as well. So we have all seen the news over there. Okay, so where are you running away? Where are you guys running away? I'm telling that because I'm from engineering, specifically from software engineering only. So that's why I'm asking, where are you guys running away? Okay, and as a software engineer, I know why you are running away. I know that, I understand that, completely understand that. But the question is, why aren't we making any products? If we need to make a new product, and I know many people in software industry do have the talent and to make new products. Okay, and don't tell me about the AI thing. Okay, so don't make an AI wrapper of chat gpt, and then and tell me like we are doing this marbles with chat gpt. They are bullshit. They're bullshit. That's you are putting yourself in the part of the bubble which is getting created. Okay, you're doomed for devastation. If you're doing that, just please stop. Please stop. It's not use. And people who are spreading things about AI, let me tell you this: AI is not gonna take your job if you decide to improve yourself. Jobs have always changed in human history. Always jobs have changed. Okay, we are not cutting wood like I 300 400 years back. We are doing different sets of jobs, and if you go back, the jobs have always changed. And the beauty of the software industry has always been adapting to it. Okay, and beauty of human beings is that we have already always adapted to our environment. That's why we have existed. Just give a respect to that. People say the similar things when computers came in. uh, okay, so yeah, so don't get worried about that. I think many companies have already like marketed this so well, I'm not going to bring up the tagline of some other company. You can do this course. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Okay. All of those courses are bullshit. Read a fucking book. Read a fucking book. That is gonna help you. No, the other courses are gonna help you. I know if you're a Gen Z, reading a book, that's so old school. Okay. That's like the most dumb thing you can do to yourself. Just if you're not willing to read a book, at least at least go and read some like magazines and all. There are various sites which are having these kinds of discussions. Go to the discussions in Reddit, to bug bounty, do something. Yeah, don't create a wrapper around ChatGPT and do it. And people who are using ChatGPT in their daily lives and thinking, okay, this is going to take my job, it's not going to. Okay, they're just getting their funding. Okay, they're just trying to get their funding and nothing else. That's why what the craze is about. Okay, that's just purely a marketing strategy. Okay, I'm going away from the topic. I'll come back. Okay. Okay, a lot about software. Let's go to the next one. Okay, semiconductors. Okay, that's an interesting one because yes, right now the world runs on semiconductor. Right, we need semiconductors for everything. And what? We are very proud that we have like the highest number of designers in semiconductors, but we don't manufacture it. My question here is: has the class systems seeped into the semiconductor industry? You don't want to get your hands dirty because you are a designer. Designer is a higher level of class in case of engineering. Is it like that? Come on. If you design something but you don't can't do the same thing in your wafer, what the hell are you doing? Are you even an engineer? Why are we even proud of having the highest number of designers who can't even like actually make the wafer without that machine? Oh, another thing, you can't even design that machine. You need to buy that machine from other countries. You are a designer, but you are a designer and we are having the highest number of designers. What the hell, man? Okay, next, I won't go ahead with that. It's just a bullshit. We are starting to, the government has woken up suddenly. Yeah, it had woken up, had some seizures before, but yeah, right now they have woken up to this nightmare somehow. Okay. uh, okay, let's go to the manufacturing. Same as semiconductor industry. Why is it so Indian engineers doesn't want to go to the factory and get their hands dirty? That's the simple question. There is some population who are doing it, but a maximum amount of them, they are not doing it. They are not doing it. Why? Why? Software jobs are easier, right? I know. I have switched to departments as well. Don't worry. I am in the same boat. I'm criticizing myself as well. Tell me the question answers then. I know my answers. What are your answers? Why do you think? I can give the answers to this, but I won't. But it's a question to the large scale of audience. Okay. Okay. Now, out of my box, out of my expertise, that next comes the medical science. So medical science is, we are supposedly doing good in medical science. At least in the drug section, we are creating a lot of generic drugs. We are having good market share about it. But where are we going to divert the same when Trump imposes tariff on the same? This is a question to the government and people supporting government. Where are we going to divert that? Do you have any answers? Do you have any worry? Do you have any secondary market? I don't know. I don't know. People can answer me. Now let's come to the doctors. Okay, so like the actual medical professionals. See, in India, it varies from different states. Okay, from where I am coming from, the northern states where the population density is high, I know the doctor to population ratio is horrible. Okay, but that shouldn't stop you from innovating newer solutions. See, the baseline thing is like the models which I feel the medical like professionals have been using are the models which are for Western developed nations. There is no model which is created for a country like India, which is having like more than 1.4 billion people. You need to create your own damn models how to manage that much population, and how having that horrible set of ratio you need to manage, how you can do it. And you can take helps, you can and take like innovate, right? You can and talk with the like the software people, create some new products maybe. But where are those? Where are those? My biggest question is that why are the doctors not collaborating with the engineering professionals when you are having such a bad doctor to population, like doctor to people ratio? Okay, there's some must be some official term to that. I don't know. Okay, I'll be very honest. So, and another thing is like this is to the management side, more to the management side of the medical science, medical field. You're a customer facing industry, if I'm considering you as an industry, but you are a customer facing industry who is having the worst customer support. Management people, have you ever tried to innovate among this? Have you ever thought of this? And even if you have thought about this, have you even taken a fucking action about it? You can answer me. I'm open to answer. Okay, go ahead and answer. Okay. Okay, next one is finance and trading. Okay, there are a lot of videos, man. A lot of videos. It's so nice. People are so activated about finance and trading right nowadays. But you know what? The amount of credit card loans, the amount of personal loans, which is growing higher day by day. Why is that happening, man? If you are so good at finance, honestly, know this. We are, as a society now, we have developed this whole thing of getting rich quick mentality. We haven't come out of this. That's why we are suffering in every damn section, every damn section. And it's the second thing is like we do open a lot of schemes and other things. This is consistent in every field. Okay, we do a lot. We open, we inaugurate it, we do a ceremony and we inaugurate things. But sometimes we do make things, but then while maintaining it, we are not never able to maintain it. We are able to maintain things of the Western nations. Okay, we can maintain softwares which are running in the Western nations, but when it comes to our home, when it comes to our company, why are we going to do it? Why are we going to do it? It doesn't make sense. Our home, it's our, it's it's so many people, like who cares, right? Right, that's the notion, right? Think about it, please. Think about it. Why is that so? This Ask this question to yourself once. I'm asking it. I'm in the same boat I told. So I'm asking it to myself, and hence I'm making the video. Yeah, that's not a good optional. I understand while I'm making this video, I should be doing something else as well, and I agree to that. All the criticism, I agree to that. Okay. Okay. Next question. Okay. Okay. So I'm running out of fields, so I'm mostly inclined towards the educational sector, if you have noticed. So the next question is the general sciences department. Okay, and which is like directly tied to we are either engineers or doctors. The other option, which has always been forgotten because again there is no R&D investment by the central government and the state governments. That's why uh, what means that's why no one cares about the general sciences, no one cares about physics, no one cares about maths, no one cares about economics, no one cares about history. What are happening in those sections? What no one cares about art. Yeah, there are few people who do care. Let me talk about them as well. Okay, they do really take care about it, but ultimately the government cuts funding, or they get caught up in the bureaucracy, or they get caught up in the politics which is happening over there. Why are the managements not able to cope? So then, since we are talking about the government, if we are feeling like I'm supporting in the opposition, right? Opposition, right? Or like the various, I'm talking the only about the central government. No, no, I'm not talking about the central government. I'm talking about the state government. I'm talking about the central government, and I'm talking about the opposition as well. I've come to opposition. I have big questions about them. Okay, the government, like, how long are you going to play the same politics? You see what is happening around the world, and you're playing the same damn politics in the fear of the opposition, which you'd say it doesn't exist. This is to the central government, okay, and to the state governments. How long are you going to fight with the how long are you going to fight with the central government or the other opposition parties in the central in the state? Sorry, not the central. How long are we going to do this to meme? You know what? The local civilian population, no one takes you seriously, you know. We only vote you, and let's come a step back from to the political parties. If we do a survey today, right, 99% of Indian population are gonna say this out loud, that we are voting this particular party to be our uh, to form our government in our local region or state or whatsoever, only because we don't have another option. That's the notion. That's the notion. That means none of the Indian political parties are capable. No people thinks any of the Indian parties are capable. Don't you have even bit of shame? Oh, wow, sorry. I heard this before. When you are doing politics, you need to remove your backbone, I guess. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Forgot. Invertebrates. So sorry. Uh, okay. So, oh, okay. I forgot opposition. Oh, right. So, funny story. So right now the opposition center is Congress. So we all know about it. So you know what? Whatever actions you take are like a. There is a famous quote from Gandhi. Okay, so there's a famous quote called as "post-dated check to a failing bank." Okay, Gandhi told it. It's not me. Okay, I'm not modest. I'm not that great person. I don't have that much knowledge about things. So your actions are like a post-dated check to a failing bank. Are you guys so comfortable? Yeah. Are you guys so comfortable? Why are you? We don't have any other opposition. So that's why the ruling party thinks they can do whatever they like. It's not the problem of the ruling party, it's the problem of yours as well. Why are your bureaucratic structures so old? Why is it so like you are still structured around the same family? And there are genuine notes of a lot of Congress MPs saying this: without Nehru family, we are not going to. There is no Congress. Congress was not made by a Nehru family. And I don't think the Nehru family even thinks that. But people has created this notion out of somewhere. And I do genuinely think some people within the Congress party have kept this notion alive somehow. And that's why where you are. You can do 1,000 of marches, but first you need to fix your or party internally. And that stands for other parties as well. All of the central parties are doing the same thing. And I can prove it. I can prove this point. I'll get to a deep between how Indian elections now about Indian democracy and elections which does happen. Okay, so we go by something called as majority wins. Okay, be it center, be it state. Okay, uh, if I come from the point of mathematics, there is no really right way of having a voting, but a based voting is something which we should, according to me at least, we should be moving away from right now. At least for any of the democracies, we should be moving away from it now because it doesn't represent people. Okay, okay, I'll just give you why. I'm giving why. Okay, what does a majority based voting system mean? So one person or people who is having the highest number of majority wins. Okay, it should be above 50%, or it can be some particular percentage which is set. I think for Indian parliament it's two-third majority in some cases, or I yeah, people can help me out over there. But yeah, basically that's the thing. Okay, that's the whole thing. Now tell me this. I'm not asking, sorry, I went in the wrong direction. So that means if the majority wins, means the largest amount of people who have voted, or majority voting is directly related with the population. Okay, wherever the population of voting to a particular party is high, that party wins basically. Okay, now that causes a big problem because India is a united. It's federal in structure and united in spirit. So it's an of states. We are a lot of different states, everything, almost everything different, but one collective identity as India. Okay. Now when we are coming to that, this majority system doesn't help because the majority, if you just relate population with the land, the whole equation is overthrown. So see, the northern India is having a higher number of population, whereas in comparison to that of southern India. Okay, same goes for the eastern states. Eastern states, not northeastern states, the population density is much lower. Okay, the highest is in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, uh, population wise, highest is Uttar Pradesh, which I don't think it should be a state, but somehow it is still a state, and there are very good political reasons behind that. But yeah, so let's come to that. So, if you take take the entirety of like Indian list of Indian prime ministers and notice uh, where they have contested their election from. you'll notice 99% of times it's from Uttar Pradesh. You'll see that. You'll see that. Okay, you'll just pick up any Wikipedia site and just give it a check. All the political parties knows this. Okay, I'm not talking about to the political parties in this. I'm talking to the people. Okay, so the question is why so why in Uttar Pradesh? Because if you are winning in Uttar Pradesh, if you are winning in Rajasthan, if you are winning on two or three more states, that's it, you are in the center. But how does this affect us? How does this affect us as a country? See, as I told, we are having a lot of different types of societies. Okay, we have a lot of different type of ethnicities. We have different type of cultures. When we are forming a union, there should be a uniform representation, even not completely uniform, close to be uniform representation of same. When we are having a higher density of population in Uttar Pradesh and the northern states, it fails. It simply fails to capture the amount of like the cultural differences or the what what to say like the voices of different parts of the country of the union. We miss voices of a lot of people, and we get prone to listening to only one part of the country. That's what is happening. That's what is happening. We are getting misrepresented in many states. In many states. In many states, it's happening. This whole of southern India, the whole of eastern India, from Bengal onwards, from Bengal, northeast. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't understand till they are part of India. So yeah, but newsflash, they're part of India. Okay, things which are happening in Manipur affects you. Same goes for Leh and Ladakh. We had a big protest in Leh and Ladakh, and it doesn't like matter to you, but it matters to us as a country. Okay, just remember that. Just keep that in mind for God's sake. Okay, now to the question over here. So if this is the case, right, shouldn't we now move on to a different set of voting system? Isn't it already the time to do that? Why are we still clinging to that? There are better systems and majority based voting system. And don't even get me started about like the complexity and other things. We are digitally advanced, right? We need to make more products, I believe. We have a lot of service industry. We can easily create more jobs, like why are people not even thinking about it? That's my biggest question. Why are we having so much uh, what to say lack of aspirations in this thing? It's not true like not none of them are working, but it's obviously true not many are working. So when are we going to wake up, guys? When are we going to wake up? I think that's it. uh, I'm doing this video in like one stretch, and I don't know if I'm going to get a lawsuit. I don't know. May happen. If YouTube is going to like take down my video, yeah, may happen. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know even if I'm going to post it. I'm just wanted to rant at one point. But the truth is, these are the hard questions we need to ask ourselves. For now, there are more. I can go deep in a lot more topics. I don't know how much time it took me to do this. I'm doing it for like my second time. I'm recording a video of myself. I don't like to be recorded. That's why my half of my face is there. uh, yeah, just give it a thing, and if you have the answers, like post it in the comment, post it in a like counter video, however you want to do it. Yeah, just do it now. Okay, like, yeah, I want the answers. If it is the government who wants to do it, I don't care about your age. And I asked to the society, like, what are you guys doing? Are we only going to do like Muslim Christian, Hindu Christian, that type of wars? Yeah, I mentioned wars internally. It's like that only, right? When are we going to go away from that? When are we going to go away from that? People are gonna divide us. British have done. People before that has done. And right now also people are doing. When are we going to innovate in space of politics? When are the political parties have some like better muddas to bring up? अरे कुछ तो पॉलिटिकल इनोवेशन भी कर लो. सब चाणक्य बने फिरे हो. रा- विश्वगुरु बने फिरे हो. क्या विश्वगुरु यार. एनीवेज, बाय बाय. Oh, जय हिंद. जय हिंद, जय हिंद. Don't get me wrong. Oh, okay, I forgot. I want to mention this. A lot of people, since I'm criticizing, will think I am an anti-national. Oh my god, forgot about that. I really forgot about that. Okay, okay. However you say, I'm not an anti-national. To ask your government or ask your people questions or criticize them, to ask why is not a crime. It's not anti-national. It is anti-national to not ask why. In many cases, if you like ask yourself a question, are you even like worried about your nation? If person is worried about their nation, how can they be like an anti-national? Just get to think about that once. Bye.